Hello everyone. First of all, welcome you all in my industrial chemistry class. I am Dr. R. Kale, going to cover your industrial chemistry paper this semester. The course code is CH-335. Unlike your last year, the examination pattern will be same this year also. Your internal exam will be of 40 marks and your internal assessment will be for 10 marks. Before going to start the actual syllabus, let me give you the outline of the syllabus, the chapters which we are going to discuss throughout this semester. In this paper, we are going to discuss 6 chapters. First chapter is modern approach to chemical industry. Second one is agrochemicals. Third chapter is manufacture of basic chemicals, and fourth chapter is petrochemicals and eco-friendly fuels. Fifth one is a food and starch industry, and sixth chapter is cement and glass industry. All chapters are very interesting, and I hope you will also find it interesting while studying it. Today I will discuss what topics we are going to cover in each chapter also, so that you will get a detailed outline of the chapters too. But prior to that, you need to understand that what is a chemical industry, because around us we are seeing many industries, pharmaceutical industries, drug industries, fertilizer industry, soap industry. So obvious question comes in mind, what this industrial chemistry deals with. So industrial chemistry deals with manufacture of products through the physical and chemical operations. So simple. What? Chemical industry deals with the manufacture of products through the physical as well chemical operations. Operations, you may say reactions to, or you may say changes. Changes what? Physical and chemical. So this is nothing but the chemical industry. So definition is very simple. What it deals with? It deals with the physical and chemical changes to the raw material to manufacture the product. we will see what else we are going to discuss or what we are going to discuss in detail in each chapter. In first chapter, we will discuss first we are going to discuss what are the basic requirements of chemical industry. We got the point that what is a chemical industry, then it is necessary to understand what are the basic requirements for the chemical industry. The first point which we are going to cover, the basic requirements of chemical industries. After studying basic requirements of chemical industry, we will discuss the steps involved in the manufacture of products. What are the steps needed? Of course, then we have to keep one thing in mind throughout studying this paper, that we are manufacturing the products, and for the manufacturing of products, the most and foremost important factor is that is raw material. You consider any industry, you consider chemical industry or any other industry, any manufacturing process, any industry, one need to know or one need to that industry needs raw material. The next point, research and development comes. It is also called as a R&D. We will discuss in detail the meaning and aspects of each term later on. In research and development, actually, if you will refer the books, you may find the trend little bit different, but this is actually correct trend in chemical industry, while working in chemical industry, while manufacturing the any product. Then in research and development, unit operations comes into picture, followed by unit process. Vice versa. We will see some of the examples when we will discuss it, then you will understand it, how the unit operation takes place and unit process takes place. Then third point which we are going to discuss, it is quality control. So, if you will see the term, each term reflects some meaning, like raw material, research and development, unit operation, unit process. Unit operation is nothing but it deals with the, note this point also, physical changes, and unit process deals with the chemical reactions. You keep this term in your mind, this will be very useful for you. Quality control, to manufacture the products with the required quality, and this department or this personnel will take care to ensure the manufacture of products with the required quality. So, that is a quality control. The next comes quality assurance. Quality assurance. This department takes care the whether industry is following standard operating procedure or not, whether manufacturing process stuck to the design process or not. So, it assures the quality. Then most important department or factor is that Next, human resource. In our government also there is a department, human resource department. So, in chemical industry also human resource department is there. It takes the care of all personals of all department which is required for the manufacturing of products. That is why initially I told you that while studying the whole paper you have to keep this thing in mind, manufacture of products, and it goes through the physical and chemical operations. And as I told you that the meaning of that is unit operation and unit process, that is nothing but physical changes and chemical reactions, human resource. Then next, process control. Process control. Process control, see, as I told you that you see the words carefully, meaning terms carefully, that terms reflects some meaning from that. Process control, you know very well that you are doing practicals from your first year B.Sc, although you are doing prior to that also, but I am saying first year B.Sc, you are doing some qualitative analysis, quantitative analysis, some small reactions. In that one you may have observed that some of the reactions need heating, some of the reactions need cooling. So, that process control is nothing but to control the variables, of the reactions like a temperature, pressure, and concentration also. So, it affects the quality of the product, it affects the manufacturing of product. See, again and again this term is very useful. Process control, then safety measures. I hope you all know very well the importance of safety measures. Not only in chemical industry, while working in chemistry lab, we follow safety precautions. As we are following the safety precautions in a laboratory, in a similar way, in a similar fashion, one need to follow the safety measures while working in chemical industry also. The next point we are going to cover in this chapter, that is to cover the intellectual inventions. While working in chemical industry, whatever the personals or scientists invent, that have to protect. So, for that purpose we will discuss Patent Act. Not only in industry, even though if you are writing books, novels, poems or anything, that intellectual inventions we need to cover, and for that purpose to understand that one, we will discuss Copyright Act. Copyright Act means what? If you say any book, you take any book, you will see some logo is there. So, that is a logo is nothing but copyright. Even though you may take an example of, you take a presentation, if copyright is there, we cannot copy. So, to cover the intellectual invention, we need to understand what is the Patent Act. We will see what is the Patent Act, Copyright Act, and next we will see trademark. Trademark means what? Trademark again is the logo. Logo is also, we cannot copy logo. You take an example of car or a logo of our institute, or logo of universities, you take any logo. We can't copy the logo. So, trademark. So, we will see how the trademark, Patent Act and copyright is important while working in chemical industry. So, these are the points which we are going to cover in our first chapter. The next chapter which we are going to discuss, or the points which we are going to cover, that is next chapter is Agrochemicals. Agrochemicals, chemicals which is used in agricultural sector called as agrochemicals. So, we know very well, we are very well familiar with the agrochemicals, like we are using pesticide, insecticide, fungicide, herbicide, chemical products to control the pest. Okay. So, this chapter deals with the pesticides. In that one we are going to see, as I said, the terms involved in the agrochemicals, as I said just now, pesticide, insecticide, herbicide, rodenticide, all those things. Apart from this, or in addition to this, we are going to discuss formulation of these agrochemicals, I will tell you the first point. We are going to discuss pesticide, insecticides, fungicides, etc. We will discuss in detail, do not worry about that one. Later on we are going to discuss formulation of agrochemicals, because the products which we are getting is not the pure agrochemicals, it is formulated, because only some amount of active ingredient is there and other additives are there. So, formulation we are going to see. Next we are going to see advantages and disadvantages of agrochemicals. Advantages and disadvantages of agrochemicals. In addition to this, we will see some representative example. In that one we will discuss the structures, synthesis and applications of some of the pesticide. For example, structure, synthesis and applications of representative agrochemicals. Example like DDT, B.Sc, aldrin, endosulfan, etc. Do not worry, we are going to see only few of only. And the last point which we are going to cover in this chapter is that, of course, we are going to discuss about the chemicals used in agricultural sector. We will discuss biopesticides. Biopesticides, pesticides which are derived from the living organism or from the natural resources, called as biopesticide. So, chapter is very simple, all chapters are very interesting and very simple. So, you will find it very interesting. The next chapter which we are going to cover is that petrochemicals and eco-friendly fuels. In petrochemicals and eco-friendly fuels, we will discuss its occurrence, and basically the important point is that refining process of petroleum products or crude petroleum, and in detail we will discuss the various products obtained from this refining process. In addition to this, occurrence and refining process of crude petroleum. Okay. In addition to this, we will discuss various terms involved in this chapter, and these terms are very important to understand this whole chapter. That is nothing but, you might have studied in your previous year, cracking process, flash point, octane number, as well cetane number, and various other terms like a calorific value, these are the terms we are going to discuss, and these terms will be very useful to understand this chapter. Again, we will discuss in this chapter the chemical reactions involved in petrochemical industry, like manufacturing of various polymers from the petroleum products, manufacture of olefins or polymers from the petroleum products. In second section, that is nothing but in eco-friendly fuels. Eco-friendly fuels means the fuels which are not harmful for the environment, like the best example is the energy obtained from the sun, energy obtained from the wind. So, these are the sources of eco-friendly fuels, and that we are going to cover in next section. I hope you got it up to now what I have discussed so far in these 3 chapters. Fourth chapter which we are going to discuss is that manufacture of basic chemicals. In this chapter, we will discuss the manufacturing process of first ammonia, the HNO3 and C H2SO4. Manufacturing of ammonia we are going to discuss by modified Haber-Bosch process. Modified Haber-Bosch process, and manufacture of HNO3 we are going to discuss by Ostwald process. All these processes are very simple, so you no need to worry about the whole paper and for any chapter and any topic, and we are going to discuss this by contact process, and later on we will discuss the advantages and disadvantages of this basic chemicals. Fifth chapter which we are going to cover is that food and starch industry. Food and starch industry. In food and starch industry, we will discuss the nutrient aspects of foods, nutrient aspects of food and various techniques involved in food preservation techniques. In that one also we are going to discuss like a food preservation technique, all chapters are very simple food preservation techniques, and in particularly in this technique we are going to discuss two aspects: modern techniques and traditional techniques. Although modern techniques are there, but traditional techniques are also there to preserve the foods. The best example is storage of grain, you may say storage of grain, or another best example is the pickle we prepare at home. So, that is the traditional techniques we use to preserve the foods. And next section, that is a starch industry. The main point which we are going to cover in this chapter is that manufacture of starch, by corn, and there are various applications in industry, application of this starch in various industries. In sixth chapter, that is nothing but, I hope you got the points which I have discussed. Sixth chapter which we are going to discuss, that is a cement and glass industry. In cement industry, the chapter we will discuss manufacture of Portland cement and importance of proportionating the raw material while manufacturing this cement, and the manufacturing of Portland cement, various types of cements, on the proportionating of this contents. There are various types of cements, and the important point which that is a small term, that is a reinforced concrete, this also we will discuss. And in glass industry, we will discuss the main point is chemical and physical properties of glass and various types of glass. Like a safety glass, colored glass, borosilicate glass, all these types of glasses we are going to discuss. And one more important term we will discuss, that is a annealing of glass. So, I am very sure that the whole syllabus you will find it very interesting in this industrial chemistry paper, and not only interesting, you will also find it very useful for study also. So, I hope you got the whole outline of this syllabus and the chapters which we are going to discuss this semester. In next lecture, we will start our first chapter, that is a modern approach to chemical industry. Thank you very much.